Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I am Muhammad, founder and CEO of Shabashe, which is a religious foundation with a startup mindset. And I am doing this live stream on the occasion of the day I took birth, which means today is my birthday. But it is very sad to know that in a civilized world, so-called civilized world, when you and me are sitting in our beloved and safe homes, there is a very tiny illegal state that is doing genocide and that is causing oppression at the very same moment we are talking. And the surprising thing is that the whole of the West, the people who used to call themselves as the torchbearers of democracy, of rules and regulation, are just sitting there observing this oppression and are also taking part in this oppression via supporting this illegal state, of which I won't even name. And this illegal state is, via the help of these Western nations, are doing so much harm. They are bombing hospitals, they are killing children, they are doing whatever that is supposed to not happen. But still, we as individuals are sitting at our homes, in our offices, just working from 9 to 5 and just trying to manage our basics. And this shows that we are nothing but the slaves of the tiny few people who are the owners of this system, this scam based system, this unjust system where there is no justice for the masses. The only people who can have justice or who can apply their rules and regulations are a very tiny percentage who are at the very top of the pyramid. So, in order to make this system more fair, more just, there has to be the application of the rules and regulation that God Almighty sent from time to time. And the last time these rules and regulation was sent by God to the planet Earth, human beings, was when Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings of God Almighty be upon him, was here 1400 years ago, approximately. And that was the last time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, sent his last revelation and sent the code of conduct which human beings need to be following in order to create justice and peace in this planet Earth. Or else, God Almighty is powerful enough that He is gonna take us account afterlife, in the afterlife, when we all are gonna die. He is gonna take us into account for our actions, for our being quiet while all this oppression is happening. So all this, what is happening in this world, will be taken into account in the afterlife also. But the best thing is that we should be doing our bit by finding ways how we can learn about this last revelation which was sent to Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings of God Almighty be upon him, and how we can learn and then apply these regulations, rules and regulation in our day-to-day lives. This should be the job of each and every individual, every human being like you and me. And we should not just rely upon these governments, these nation states, which were formed by the will of very tiny few people via some empires like the British Empire, like the American Empire, like Roman Empire. These empires were not the representatives of God on this planet Earth. These were just dictators who were just trying to apply their own will, their own wish, their own desires by exploiting the masses. But now we have evolved into much better human beings. So it is our duty as individuals, as humans, people with empathy, people with compassion, that we should learn what God wanted us to do, and then we should be applying these rules and regulations in our day-to-day life at an individual level and at a group level. And this is what at Shabashe we are trying to do. So if you are interested, you can just check out our website, you can just contact us, and we will be very happy to share with you what we have learned so far, and we will be happy to take you as a team, as a volunteer, or as a full-time member to work for the common goals of the humanity in order to create justice and peace. So this was my short message, because now it is becoming unbearable when we see children dying for no reason, and civilized world just sitting there, and their parliaments just sitting there quietly observing everything that is happening and not taking any action. So this should be stopped, and this can only be stopped when the masses become aware and they raise above the basics. They raise above food, clothing, shelter, and fuel. They should have some kind of intellect. We should have some kind of intellect, and we should raise above these basics, and only then we will be able to get the rules and regulation that is fair for everyone by the help of God Almighty, inshallah, God willing. So, this was my short message in this live stream, and I hope that what I said might have some value, and it might be resonating with what you are also thinking. So, thank you very much. I'm Mohammed, founder and CEO of Shabashe. Jazakallah khair, and keep on raising your voice against the oppression. Allah Hafiz.